Welcome back to another StreamLine tutorial. Alright, so now we're going to be going over how to find what you're looking for. First off, this scroller down here at the bottom of the screen, that will tell you any updates that are going on, and you can go find out more about whatever you see down there on our website, just at StreamLineTV.com. So we're going to start out with TV shows. One of the questions is, how do you find stuff in salts? Salts doesn't seem to work and all this stuff. Salts does need to be configured one time for your area. So if you go into salts and then go down to settings, go to auto configure salts and then hit continue. Wait for it to finish and then it's done, and then you can go over to add-on settings. If you go over to source management and then down to timeout, this is how long it will try to find sources. So I prefer to tell people go about 32 seconds. If you have a slower internet connection, then you may want to go up to 45 seconds or to a minute, depending on how slow your internet is. And then just hit OK, and that's it. After you've done that, salts is ready to go. So I'm going to go into TV shows. Notice you can also do movies and salts. That's why it's also under the movie section. And I'm just going to go to TV shows, and you can go to searches, and you can type in a name of a TV show. And you can see all the different results that you'll get from that. So you'll see here it says Flash 2014. That's just the year that this particular TV show started. So if you go into that, you'll actually have all the seasons since then. And so if we go over to season 3, which is the current season at the time of this, oh, actually no, it's in orange, so it hasn't started season 3 yet. So we'll go to season 2 and then go down to the bottom of that, and I'm going to go to the left using the left arrow on the remote or a keyboard and change the view over to media info. And so you can see here the last episode from February is February 23rd, and the next episode that will be airing, which that's why this is in orange and the others are in white, these are future episodes, so it's not going to be on until the 22nd. The time of this film was the 20th. So I'm going to go to the last one that aired. And this is where that 32 seconds that I set comes into play. So my internet speed here is pretty fast, and so this will usually get pretty close to the end. The more you use salts, the quicker this will go, because it will weed out the sources that are not good for your area, because they will time out. And so eventually, generally it takes about a week or two, well, depending on how often you use it. I use it a lot, and it'll tell you how certain ones are not meeting your criteria, and so it will ask you if you'd like to disable those, and then you just say yes. So the one that it's trying to receive right now is taking too long, so that's going to be added to a list of the ones that take too long. And so you can see it timed out there. And so what happens at this point is it returns a very short list. So you choose it again, and like I said, the more you use this, the faster this will be. Alright, so the timeout on this was only for one individual source, so that's good. And so now we get a full list. As you can see, the ones at the top are 1080p, and as you scroll down, you've got the lower quality ones. So I'm going to go ahead and just choose one of these G-Video ones. They're usually the best. And I could choose the 1080p one up here at the top, so I'll just go ahead and do that.
My name is Barry Allen.
So I can skip.
I am the fastest man.
and you can see how that works very, very well. So it's going to definitely be in high def, as you saw. And you can pretty much find every TV show that is available in high def, so obviously not the old ones, but all the most recent stuff you can find in HD. So another thing is recent searches. So after you search once, you can find it again in recent searches, so you don't have to type it in again. I'm using a keyboard, which is why I'm able to type so fast. If you go to trending or popular TV shows, that will just show you obviously what those are. So trending is going to be more towards, like, if there's a new season coming out, you'll find that a lot of people will actually be watching the older seasons. And then for some reason, X-Files, there's a lot of people watching X-Files right now. And you can just go down the list and find stuff. So again, Salts is very good for HD TV shows. You can also go into movies and do the exact same things. Go and do searches, look at popular or trending movies and all that stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of Salts. Again, this is just one of the several sources. TV for me is also another really nice one. This one, you do not have to choose the sources. It will actually do it for you. And you can see subscriptions are available if you enable it in the settings. So how do you do that? Let's go ahead and do a search. And again, I could go to top shows, but I just want to do a search here. The Good Wife. Somebody asked me about this TV show today, and so there it is. And if I press the letter C on the keyboard or the context menu on the remote, I can go into settings, and this is where you can enable the subscriptions and stuff. I always like to enable the metadata. What that means is it will actually show you the picture. As you can see right now, there is no picture in the background or thumbnail or anything. And now that I have enabled that, we're going to start seeing the backgrounds change. So there you go. So again, I like to go into the media info. Then I'm going to go to season 7. Go down to the bottom of the list, media info, and we can see the last episode that aired was from the 6th. Go ahead and launch that. And so it's trying different sources, and as you can see here, the second one that it tried was good, and so it's going to start playing that. And once you're in a TV show or a movie, if you press the space bar, that will allow you to pause and also resume. If you press the OK button on the remote or the enter button on the keyboard, that will pull up this menu, and from here you can play, pause, stop, go forward, fast forward, download the subtitles if you like, or any of that stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit stop and back out of this, and then I'm going to go to top shows, and you can see all the most popular TV shows. So again, that was TV for me. Another real popular one is Exodus, and Exodus just did a update, and so that's why that little pop-up came up. Again, TV shows and movies. So I'm going to go to TV shows, and a lot of people want to know, oh, well, there was this show that I used to watch on HBO or Showtime or Cinemax or Adult Swim or any of this stuff. This is how you find things that are on different networks. Now, the nice thing is, just because it's on that network doesn't mean that you're watching that network live. Meaning, if the TV show starts at 9 o'clock and you decide you want to watch it at 9:15, then you just go watch it at 9:15. You don't have to miss the first 15 minutes of it. If you're trying to find a particular episode, you can go back and you can watch it from the pilot episode all the way to the most recent. So here's just a bunch of different TV shows that are on Animal Planet. And so I can go in and I can watch any of these TV shows. Again, you can do that with Adult Swim, you can do that with HBO, Showtime, ABC, CBS, any of the different ones there. You know, Discovery, all that good stuff. So here's HBO, and so if we go into HBO, you'll see things like Game of Thrones and Vinyl, you know, all these different TV shows that are all on HBO. And again, those are past and present. So even if it's over and they're no longer showing it on HBO, you can still go back and watch that. That's the beauty of this, is generally in the past, if we wanted to watch a TV show or a movie that is no longer on, we'd be able to go to the rental places and rent that and not have a problem. So there's several different options on TV shows. Movies, there are different options. Some of them are the same, so you can see here, here's Exodus, and there's one channel which were both in the TV shows section as well. There's Salts right there. There's 1, 2, 3 movies, 9 movies in Knitter. These are things that are currently, as of the time of the filming of this, good applications for watching movies. And one thing that I really like to do is go over to year and see what I can find. You know, if there's something that I didn't watch last year, I can go back and find that and watch it. So that's always really nice. 1, 2, 3 movies is a really good one. Again, this is another one of those one-click ones. So you just find the movie that you want to watch, you click it, and it just starts playing for you. So if you go to most viewed, and so like there's The Martian, there's Ant-Man. I'll just go ahead and pick Martian. Start from the beginning. If you were already watching it, it will remember where you left off and ask you if you want to resume from that point. And so here's The Martian. And as you can see, this particular one is in 1080p. And if you press OK on the remote or Enter, it'll pull up this menu here, and you can download the subtitles and all that kind of stuff. So those are the basics. If you can't find what you're looking for in a particular app, do make sure that you go and check one of the other ones. If something's not working or it's not the quality that you want, then definitely go and check one of the other applications. That's why we have so many of them. If you go into sports and you want to watch current streaming sports, there's different ways of doing that. There's ways to actually go back and watch past events. So like if you were looking for MMA and you wanted to watch one of the UFC fights from the past, you can go and you can find that stuff in there. News, there's all kinds of news sources. C-Cloud is one that's really good for watching some of the live streaming news from around the world. There's ABC News Local, and when I say local, I mean US. You can scroll down this list and you can see it's quite an extensive list. There are 266 channels on here, and if I don't want to scroll down one at a time, I can press to the right and use the scroller bar and jump. So you saw I went a whole page. Here's CBS, and I can just go ahead and click on that.
You don't want to hurt these people.
That just starts right up. So that's how that works. If you have any questions, please definitely stop by our Facebook page, which is just facebook.com/StreamLine TV, or you can go to our website, which is www.streamlinetv.com. See you in the next video. Happy streaming.